August 25th edition of Donovan Bailey Running Things. We are back at work. Jason Portuondo alongside my brethren, living legend Donovan Bailey. The 25th of August. 4 months today is Christmas. Have you started your shopping yet, Mr. DB?
Yeah, okay. No. Well. Good to see you, Jason.
Always.
But no, I mean, to your question, unfortunately for me, I'm a very typical man. I mean, if I have to get some stuff for Christmas, I probably start shopping on the 23rd at night.
Yeah.
So I usually have one day to pack to buy and wrap and send to whomever it is that I'm exchanging Christmas gifts with. Or I think, and I also tell all the loved ones in my life, I let them know that every day that I'm around, it's Christmas.
That's right. Your presence is a present in itself. So yeah, you're right. We got good news, we got bad news. The good news is, let's start with the bad news. The bad news is summer's winding down. But the good news is summer's winding down. We're that much closer to Tokyo. The action continues hot. And I know we don't have obviously any Olympics to talk about, but I'm really looking forward to this year's Worlds.
Well, the World Championships realistically should be the epicenter of track and field.
Mm-hmm.
The Olympics have obviously done an incredible job as this the pinnacle of all sports and all sports athletes meeting, once every 4 years around the planet. So the World Championships is in track and field. I believe it might be a small, tiny tier below the Olympics, but yeah, the World Championship is extremely important. And as I've said in many previous casts, I just want to make sure and hope and pray that all the very best athletes that we have in the world today are at their very best and ready to go, toe to toe with their rivals.
Coming up on this edition of the program, we will talk Oblique Seville. We will talk Mellissa Jefferson-Wooden. We will talk a little preview of the Diamond League final in Zurich, which is going to prep us nicely for the Worlds in Tokyo. We'll also run that anchor leg. And as always, we encourage you, our faithful listeners, viewers, to please continue to like, share, follow, download, subscribe. Send us your comments. You're a huge part of this production. We love the feedback. And I'm actually going to pose a question to DB from one of our viewers a little bit later on the program. As we always do, Race of the Week is going to kick things off, brought to you by our good friends at BioPods. Continue to empower your every step. Man, oh man, negative wind, huge rain, cold temperatures, all of that, not a problem for this guy.
Oh. Good start from Oblique Seville. Oblique Seville at the moment has got the lead on the rest of the field, but Noah Lyles likes to charge at the end. Oblique Seville streaking away from the field here. He takes a second Diamond League win, 9:87.
Wow. I mean, winning is one thing, DB. And before I get your comments, I just want to go through a few things here, first of all.
Right.
So I talked about
Please do.
66 degrees Fahrenheit. That's damn cold, okay? I
That's
put
freezing.
in the clip of the rain pounding on the surface before the race. Negative wind. This was a surprise to many, but not everybody. Let's listen to this.
Let's watch and see what Oblique does. If Oblique comes out of the blocks and execute like he did in Kingston and also in Eugene, this will be like this will be a cakewalk for him.
Wow. Over Lyles.
You heard me.
I like it. Wow.
You heard me.
Hey, gotta give it up, right? I mean, you said it. You're right, 100%.
You know what?
I don't know if you saw this race before it started, but man, you were bang on.
Maybe I have incredible vision. Maybe I'm lucky. Maybe I'm smart. But there's definitely a few things I know about this, and what I'm looking at is not just the physically how Oblique has ran this year. I'm looking at his full race. So I'm looking at his drive phase. I'm looking at him relaxing at 80 meters. and let the line come to him. And I think that he gets up for Noah. I think that if there is a rivalry, I think that he gets up for Noah. I mean, last the Olympic Games when I saw his semifinals, and I think I told you that Jamaica was going to be 1-2. I thought that Oblique had a shot to win last year, and I still think that he has a shot to win this year also. So this World Championship's coming up. If Oblique Seville gets out of the blocks, and he maintains top speed and relaxes going home, he's going to run 9.7, which means that and possibly high 9.6. Kashane obviously, is a man amongst children. So his power distribution over the first 30 meters is incredible. But we are talking about Oblique in this segment. So I'm telling you, I think that message was sent. The fact is 60 degrees, 66 degrees or whatever. I mean, again, I've ran in these kind of weather before. And believe me, one, headwind is a problem. So imagine running and someone's forcing you, forcing you back, which means that there's incredible resistance.
Right.
66 degrees and raining is cold, people. I mean, I know that, the average person walking outside and, maybe going to go have a beer with the fellas, 66 degrees is awesome. But when you are warming up and then you have to compete in wet weather, it is freezing. So running 9.8 in those conditions, Oblique certainly has set himself apart and is showing and also proving that that his intention in Japan is to come home with gold.
Phenomenal stuff, man. All those factors you mentioned, you broke that down perfectly. You see what happens when you get off the fence, make a prediction? That's what can happen. So I'm very proud of you. I'm very proud of you. But we should preface this, and you know this as well. By the way, that's Oblique's second time beating Noah in just span of a few weeks. And it's Noah's third consecutive loss at 100 meters. But
but it's not just beating. I mean, it's not just winning the race. It's actually I'm saying to you, when you separate yourself from whomever, listen, first of all, Oblique beat a world-class field. Oblique beat people that most of them will be in the finals in Japan, right? So we definitely have to preface that. So again, yeah, man, keep going. He's right. He's getting ready.
Seville, Lyles, Blake, Simbini, Hughes, Hicklin, Lindsay, and Mumanthaler rounds out the field. So, but I do want to say this, and you know this obviously. Running a one-off is a lot different than running rounds. So that could be something that, could change the outcome for some of these guys. But as of right now, who would be your favorite going into the 100 in the worlds? Is it Kashane or is it Oblique? I know it won't be Noah, even though he's the reigning champ. But who's your favorite going in?
Well, my favorite, I'm going to sit on the fence again for a little bit.
No, but I don't mean your favorite in terms of who do you like. Who should be the betting favorite then if there was such a case? Who would be the betting favorite? You think? Who should be
I'm a betting man? If I'm going to make a bet today, I still think that if Kashane puts his race together, he should win.
Okay, so he should be the favorite going in.
Yeah, but so Kashane would be the favorite for me.
Okay.
However, this race is about execution and making at least the least amount of mistakes as possible. And Oblique is doing that. However, the person that's been consistent in staying in the pocket, understanding where his strengths and weaknesses are at major championships has been Noah. So I'm saying to you that we have to look at it. Yes. I mean, and by the way, we're definitely like a betting platform to come on board and be our sponsor. Great, we can do that.
All right,
because we will then make real predictions.
All right, but that's what I want to hear.
No, for sure. But I'm saying to you, when you're looking at like how it's unfolding, these three names that I just mentioned should be top three. Should be. Akeem Blake could come in there and run a 9.8. Right. Zarnell Hughes, he did very well at the British Championships. He should be coming back. But there's a couple of people, dude. That's what I'm saying, that these names that are being mentioned now, it's simply about the person making the least amount of mistakes. Again, If Shane gets out of the blocks, gets in his usual drive phase, which he's going to be ahead of everybody, and then he stands up, take that deep belly breath so his diaphragm can stay high and relax going home. He should run 9.6 something, 9.7 low. However, again, if Oblique just executes the way he's been, and when he's in the vortex, he doesn't panic, he'll be fine. Noah is going to come at you no matter what. And what Noah is not going to do, he's not going to panic at the last part of the race. That's where he feels he can just roll in and lean. So as a power sprinter, Noah would be number 3 in that list I just sent.
Okay.
As a power sprinter over the 100 meters.
Right. And I'm not disrespecting Noah. I don't think he's going to be the favorite. Yeah, big fan. I'm a huge fan of his, but I don't think he deserves to be the favorite going in. He's had a tough go with the injuries, kind of the late start, just kind of playing catch up. Didn't have the greatest start there, but still was able to edge Akeem for a second. I also want to mention Alexander Ogondo, the Dominican, able to win the deuce. Congratulations to him. And Josh Hoey winning the 800. Hoey missed out on the American team in the 800, but he still has a chance to get the final. Yeah, I got to put that in there, man. I got to put that in. The world indoor champion able to win and still has a chance to get to the Worlds if he can win in the Diamond League final coming up in Zurich. Over to the ladies, and it's been a one-horse race. And I know that Letsili Tebogo is still saying, guys, don't forget about me, and he's right. Can't forget about
this. That guy's on my list regardless.
Exactly.
Tebogo is on for the 1 and the 2. I mean, because again, I still think he can line up Noah and the deuce.
Yep.
But it is, we will see.
Right. We're talking as of right now, what we've been seeing. Right. One horse race. She remains perfect on the year. Mellissa Jefferson-Wooden. I think she's now 7 for 7 when it comes to the 100. I think her last defeat in the 100, actually, I know it. It was when she finished 3rd at the Paris Olympics. So she has made a statement from tip to tail. She continues to just obliterate the competition. She goes 10.76. You have to go back 0.32 seconds, DB, to find Sha'Carri Richardson, who was a good second. But Mellissa right now is just in a world of her own.
You're correct. She's been consistent this year. She's been incredible. I mean, there's really nothing to say about her other than the incredible consistent races that she's had. And also, as you said, she's separating herself from the pack. Again, Jason, I'm gonna call it again. I think that Mellissa reminds me of someone like Frankie, which is Frankie Fredericks.
Yes.
Who is very consistent. Always runs the perfect race. I mean, she has to run. I mean, I think because of her stature, she has to get out, and she's got a gap here at the 30-meter mark. And then the bigger, stronger athlete is gonna come and get her. I got to tell you something. I still like Julian Alfred at the World Championships. Mellissa has been consistent, but I think that Julian is a little bit more fierce. I definitely want to see the battle because you have 2 very, very fierce competitors. So I'm going to look at again Julian's power distribution over the first 30 meters, the first 40 meters, as opposed to Mellissa, and then how she relaxes when she stands up and she starts to move forward at top speed. I think that's going to be good. What I did love about this race, and this is obviously not to speak more on Mellissa, was Sha'Carri's race. I got to tell you,
she looked good.
She's had a very tough 2025 campaign.
Yep.
And as the reigning champion, you want the reigning champion going in and put a stake in the claim that she's the fastest woman in the world and she's going to vie for the title as just being, or other than just being a competitor. So I love the fact that she executed well. Sha'Carri executed well. I mean, again, forget about off-track drama. That's none of my business. I just think I love the fact that she came out. She ran well. She completed the race. She executed properly. And so we will hopefully see the best of her in Japan.
Yes. Nicely put. And Mellissa Jefferson, I mean, wow. She has just been phenomenal phenomenal. There was a
Yeah.
back, without her in the race. That was a hell of a race because you got, Sha'Carri edging out Daryl Nita, who was edging out Shelly Ann, and we got to give Shelly Ann her props. We realize that this is the swan song. She's on the way out, but for everything that she's done for the sport, still got to give her that love and respect. And, a podium finish for her would be amazing. I don't think it's going to happen, but it would be amazing.
I beg to differ. I believe that Shelly Ann will be in the finals, and I believe that Shelly Ann's vying for that last run.
Well, I think she can get in the finals. I'd be surprised if she makes the podium.
Well, I'm
just rooting for her, but I just think, it's up against it, right?
I'm saying this. So I mean, there are times that when I speak about the Diamond Leagues, I speak about what my experiences are.
Mm-hmm.
At times when I was competing, the Diamond League or the Golden League, as it was called then, or the Grand Prix, I used it as competition to adjust and tinker with my race, so that I feel that I'm perfect at the major championships, so at the World Championships or at the Olympic Games. I think that Shelly knows that it's a swan song, obviously, because she's said it. I think that she knows that she might have maybe 2 great races left in those Hall of Fame legs of hers, and I think that that she's going to leave it to the end. I think so. I mean, what would be better than watching one of the greatest sprinters that ever exists? Forget about men or women. One of the greatest sprinters ever lived. What would be better than for her to put those together at the semifinals in Japan, and then to light it up in the finals and walk off waving to her fans? What would be better? So I think that she's gonna be all right. I think that she's gonna be all right too. I don't think that I personally think that she's still training through competition to get ready for the World Championships.
Yeah, I'd love to see it. Love to see it for everything that she has done. She is unbelievable. She's amazing. Maybe she's the wild card in here. We're talking about Mellissa and Julian. Hey, maybe Shelly Ann turns out to be the wild card. But
you never know.
You never know. Exactly. I do want to mention quickly, of the top 10 times this season for the women going 100, half of those belong to Mellissa. Half. Putting that in perspective. The other 5, 3 for Julian, and then 2 between the Clayton twins of Tia and Tina. But Mellissa, man, yeah, go ahead.
She's been dominant. She certainly has been dominant. She's been dominant. She's consistent. She's on a mission. I just hope that I hope that all is well, all stays well, and she can show up and show out in Japan.
Yeah, I mean, she's turned heads all season long, and just running out of superlatives to describe what she's been able to do on the racetrack. In the deuce, I also want to mention Brittany Brown able to win. That was in Lausanne, defeating Faber Ofili. Marie-Josée Talou-Smith rounding out the top 3. Hey, Marilena Paulino, remember you talked about her saying she just wants to get in some sprint work, some speed work?
Right.
She finished 4th. That's pretty good.
Well, there you go. But I'm telling you, it's speed work.
That's impressive, man.
The only reason why she's doing that is that she knows that Sydney's going to be waiting for her in Japan, and she knows that she can't beat Sydney in the 100, and she can't beat Sydney in the deuce. So if she can't beat Sydney in the 100, and she can't beat Sydney in the deuce, her intention is to see if she has enough firepower to come and get Sydney in the last 100 meters at the 400 meter finals in Japan. So she's definitely doing some speed work, and I'm very certain that she'll be doing more speed work in the next couple of weeks because that's going to be tough for her.
I cannot wait. Jumps, want to mention quickly, 110 hurdles for the guys. The world leader Cordell Tidge doing his thing in the driving rain in Lausanne. On the ladies' side, Nadine Visser also able to capture checkers, if you will. Okay, so the Diamond League finale is coming up this weekend in Zurich. There's still a lot on the line, bro. I mean, we know that it's the last stop. There's still money on the line as well, anywhere between like 30 or 50,000 US. So good money available. Noah Lyles looking for an unprecedented 6th title at the World Diamond League final in Zurich. He'll be running the deuce.
Well, here's the thing. I think that the Diamond League is of less importance to those that are going to the World Championships this year.
Okay.
And so I think the Diamond League, yeah, incredible place, a great title to have. I have one myself. Um, I just think that the athletes that are not going to be of significance in Japan, they're definitely going to go out there and try and make some money, and they're certainly going to go and try and try and win the title, so that after the World Championships, they'll see what it is that they'll see what it is, who wins, and how that race shows up. But it's not. Yeah, the Diamond League, the finals usually is after the championships. This year, I don't think that everyone's going to go there and kill himself.
Right.
However, it's simply about going and executing. So I'm going to watch the weather this year. I mean, it's in Zurich, so the weather could be like it was in Lausanne that they just ran.
Yeah, Lausanne. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So let's hope the weather's good, and if the weather's good, we will see what it looks like. I mean, but I just don't think that it's of that major significance this year.
All right. I think Taboho is going to be in the deuce against Noah. I did hear something like that. So hopefully those rumblings are correct and he shows up there. Noah, by the way, gets in as a wild card, right? So you don't get that very often. I mentioned Josh Hoey. He's trying to get in as a wild card to the Worlds as well. If he gets a victory, he will do exactly that. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I understand what you're saying, and there's been some choice words by one athlete talking about things like Diamond League, things like Grand Slam, who's in a lot of trouble right now in terms of their financial capabilities and whether or not it's going to be back next year. It was a Gabby Thomas. I think you and I talked about having some choice words.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Gabby had mentioned something about, a couple of things. I mean, first of all, she showed up and she represented the Grand Slam and track and field and women very well. So she wants her money, and deservingly, she should get her money. I better yet, she better get her money. I mean, I think that's crazy. I mean, again, it's a startup. I mean, I commend Michael Johnson for starting a league, and trying to do something new. It is a startup, so let's hope they find the money and pay the athletes. Gabby was also talking about, I think, either intentional drug use, or coaches that ingest, coaches that encourage their athletes to take drugs. And my stance, Jason, I think that was a conversation you're talking about. My stance is very simple. When I was competing, I didn't like competing against athletes who were dirty, and I certainly didn't like coaches who were dirty or made their athletes dirty. And I had called for then a lifetime ban, period, especially if someone is doing it. If someone's doing it intentional, there absolutely should be a lifetime ban. That's how I am. That's how I lived and trained my entire career, drug-free. Became a world record holder, Olympic champion, world champion, the greatest of my generation. No drugs. So I think that I know for a fact that I can do it. I can do it, and there's athletes out there that are doing it. So yes, I think that if you're intentionally taking drugs, I think if you're a coach that's intentionally using drugs or giving athletes drugs, you should be suspended forever from the sport.
Leave it right there. Let's run the anchor leg to wrap things up.
A clean exchange with Donovan Bailey is pouring it on.
Got some good ground to cover here. I have to just mention this quickly. I mean, I realize it's not part of, Diamond League or whatever, but there's a 97-year-old runner, DB, who broke a European park run record with her 250th event. She ran a 5K at 97. First of all, many of us just want to be alive at 97. We want to be able to just walk at 97. She's running a 5K at the age of 97. So I just want to get a quick thought on that from you.
Dude, first of all, to all our audiences out there, if you're not getting up and exercising and moving the body, what the hell is your excuse? There's a 97-year-old lady that's out there running 5K. Congratulations, by the way. And you're right, Jason. I mean, at 97, we want to be living. You want to be able to be walking without a stroller. But again, it's clear. Here's how this works. If you move your body every single day for the rest of your life, then you'll be just fine, right? At some point, the cycle of life ends. We know this. But as long as you're breathing and you can get up and you can move, then you should move. So congratulations to 97-year-old. And for all of you out there, couch potatoes, get up and go do something.
Nice. Grace Chambers, we salute you. Very nice, Grace.
Oh,
Very,
yes,
very
great. Congratulations.
Yes, congratulations. And you know what? This was a weekend of drought-ending accomplishments. Chinese Taipei winning the Little League World Series, first time in 29 years. Tommy Fleetwood, in his 164th try on the PGA Tour, finally gets it done. What was your longest drought when you ran? What was the longest drought you went between, victories where you thought to yourself, damn, am I ever going to win again? What was your longest?
No, well, I mean, maybe at the end of my career when I was running on one leg, yeah. I mean, but that's probably about it. But again, when you look at the PGA event yesterday, it's again about consistency. So it's just what we talked about a second ago. The 97-year-old Grace, a 97-year-old lady that's running.
Right.
It's simply about movement and consistency, and of course, if you're in pursuit of a goal, and you're resilient and you're disciplined and you're focused, it's gonna come. And it's gonna come when the time is right, whenever your time is right.
Tommy Fleetwood had 30 top 5 finishes without a victory. That's the most without winning in the last 100 years. Speaking of winning, Brooke Henderson, she wins on the LPGA Tour, her first since January of 2023. I spoke with her earlier this month, and she said she actually thrives on playing in front of the home crowd. I wanted to ask you, back in your day, was it more pressure when you're competing on home soil in front of the home fans, or is it easier because they're supporting you?
Well, it's a bit of both for me. I mean, I think that because again, it is an individual. It's an individual sport, and Brooke's individual sport also. It didn't really matter to me. It's obvious. Yeah, I tell you what, I felt probably more pressure when I was at home. Because because it's the sixth man, it's the audience, it's the people that are there, it's your friends and family. But no, I was never intimidated by any crowd. My God, listen, I rolled into Atlanta. And took home all the gold. So I mean, I've never been concerned with the crowd itself, because the number one thing for me, it's simply and always have been about preparation.
All right, first Canadian to win 2 of those LPG events in our
That's awesome.
Yeah, good stuff for Brooke Henderson there. A couple other things, 3 other things quickly. It wasn't a sanctioned event. It was a low-key event in Queensland and Brisbane, but Gout ran 100 in 9:94. It was hand timed. I don't care if it was foot timed. 9:94 to me is still impressive for a 17-year-old.
Well, listen, Gout is a star. People, whatever you got to say. Yes, he's 17. The kid is running sub 20 and sub 10. I don't care if you're right, Jason. I don't care if it's foot time or hand time. I mean, he as a 17-year-old established that he's one of the future stars that we have, a future legend that we have in our sport. Congratulations to him. Is he going to run at the World Championships this season?
Yeah, running the deuce.
Oh, fantastic.
Yes.
Fantastic. Then, yeah, we're going to see him. Remember, that's where Bolt's journey started, as a 17-year-old in Athens. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I think that congratulations to Gout. Great kid. In all the race that I've seen, again, it's about someone being that young and being, physically and emotionally, well, maybe more emotionally mature to execute in a race amongst athletes that are just as good as him. But yes, I want to see what he does in Japan versus the top people. And I'm telling you, man, from what he's doing and how he's preparing, I think it's going to be very interesting.
Yeah, for a little bit, he thought of doing the double, but said no, he's just going to do the deuce. Now, earlier in the show, we talked about encouraging feedback from our viewers, from our listeners. So here's a question from Kenneth Ritchie, 2166. He says, I was told that to relax in training by a coach, put a biscuit in your mouth and go all the way down to the end of the 100. Have you ever heard of that? Doing this, Donovan, without biting into the biscuit, that gives you the key to relaxation. What do you think of that? Donovan, have you heard of it, once your jaw is loose, you should be fully relaxed.
Well, I've never heard of putting anything in your jaw.
While you're running,
You're right.
exactly. Yeah.
You are correct. You're supposed to, your jaw and all of your facial muscles could be flaccid. So yes, that's taught. I mean, we know that anytime you see an athlete and you see the tension in his or her neck or face, it means that your diaphragm is dropping. It means that your gait is shortening, which means that your stride is short, which means that you're running slow. So yes, relax. If your coach, first of all, if you can have a cookie in your mouth and you can go down 100 meters without chomping on it, that's fine. My assumption is when I think when your facial muscles, jaw, and all of that is relaxed, then the possibilities in the middle of your of the race for you for your teeth to clang is obvious. I mean,
Okay.
it's you're relaxed. It's going back and forth. But I've never heard of a cookie in the mouth. Never. But your coach is correct. You have to no tension in the neck, no tension in the shoulders, no tension in the face. It allows you to stay in flight. It allows your diaphragm to stay high. It allows you to stride through, therefore not shortening your gait and your stride.
All right, fair enough. Kenneth Ritchie, thank you for that. We encourage, again, send your questions, respond, be a part of this podcast. We're doing this for you guys, so appreciate that. And we'll have more questions for DB on the next edition. Final thing, circle the date November 14th on your calendar. Not because it's 3 months to Valentine's Day. You should know that. But anyways, Gervonta Davis, the tank, and a big man by the name of Jake Paul are going to go head to head. And I know you're a big boxing guy.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
They say it's going to happen. They confirmed it earlier this week.
I don't believe that. I don't believe
Okay.
that. I mean, I don't believe that. In fact, if we're going to go boxing, for all the fans out there, I'm a #1 boxing fan. September 13th.
Oh,
Crawford versus Canelo.
yes.
That is what we want to see. That is going to be the fight of the year. However, Jason, it would be very interesting to see Jake Paul, who is like significantly bigger than Gervonta, like significantly bigger.
Right.
I think it would be interesting to see someone that big fighting someone that small, and that small man knock his ass out.
Well, hey, Jake Paul, people keep saying fight a real fighter. We're going to keep an eye on it. We don't know about weight. We don't know about pounds. We don't know about number of rounds yet, but we're going to get that all figured out. So,
dude, Gervonta Gervonta's like 135 pounds.
I know.
Pounds.
That's
like,
okay.
Jake Paul's walking around at like 215. Come on, man.
Have you heard of David and Goliath? You heard about that, right?
I have heard, but there was a slingshot involved.
Right. And Bob Marley will tell you too, Donkey Jabo. And so, yeah, anything is possible. Anything is possible. Anyways, we got to run. Appreciate it. As always, I want to thank you, the viewers and listeners, for being a part of this program. Please continue to like, share, follow, download, subscribe. I'm Jason Portuondo. Thanking you, as always, for the company. My main man, DB, take us out.
Great show today. Until next time. Peace out.